Okay, YouTube, so here's a quick little video on how you break metal for the fascia. It's kind of my way of doing it. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but I figure I'll show you what I do. All right, so what you do first, this break is a 10-foot break. So it's actually 10 foot, like 4 inches. So we're gonna stay back away from the edge. I'm gonna mark 120 inches or 10 foot on both sides. Straight edge, mark it, and cut it. All right. All right, so the metal that you get on the roll comes 24 inches wide, which is obviously too much. So what I do is I'm gonna cut it in half at 12 inches. We've measured out both sides, cinched it down. Some of the breaks you have will come with a roller to actually score the metal, then you can break it. We don't have one. So what we're gonna do is just take a razor blade, we'll go down this edge, score it, bend it back and forth, break it off, and I'll start from there. Right. You can So what we did, we got it to cut down to 12 inches. We laid it face down so the white's actually facing down. Brought the lip of this to even with the edge of that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make, to get rid of this aluminum edge that you can see, like the metal. So once everything's lined up, tight down, give it a fold back, pop it out. Cinch it back down, lay this right on this edge like that. Do that, clamp it, and now you have a nice clean edge that's going to hit your soffit right here, so you don't see the metal edge. All right, so in this case, we have the fascia board is 1.5 inches, or it's really a 2x6, so it's 1.5 inches by 5.5. So to cover that, we're gonna come up 1.5 inches, make us a mark. We're gonna come up 7.5, make us a mark. And then for our bend back to hold the shingles up, we'll come up another 1.5 inches to 9 inches. So this will be what folds over the edge to cover the soffit. From here to here is it's 5.5 inches plus a 1/2 inch, which comes to 1.5 inches for that. You gotta have 5.5 inches plus a 1/2 inch for the thickness of the soffit. So there, and then this bend right here will be for holding the shingles, and then all this right there is waste. All right, so right now, all you do, basically transfer the measurements. So 1.5 inches, 7.5, and 9. All right, so if you notice now, when we slid it in, that edge we very first bent back is on here. All your dimensions come from this edge. So 1.5 inches, 7.5, and then now here's our 9. We're clamped down. I'm gonna score this, break it, and then we'll actually be to the right length, and then we'll do our bends. All right, so now I've got the piece scored off. We're down to size. We're gonna start, again, we didn't move the metal, it's still the same. We're gonna start here at our first, this is what would have been the 9-inch measurement. So that's cut to size. This is your 7.5 inch mark. So you'll line it up on there, both sides, make sure you're even. And for this cut, again, this is what is going to make the bend for holding your shingles out. So you want to go past the 90 degrees. Once you're lined up, just pull it back, bend it, kind of give it a look. Looks pretty good. Just kind of fold this in somehow down a little further so you kind of bend it back. That's it. Break it loose. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to make a little notch on each side at the 1.5 inch mark. Right there. And right there. And what this is for, this is to basically be able to see it on the other side. You'll take it out, roll it now, throw it back in there, great. Get it close. Line your marks up. This bend will be a 90, but I like to go just a hair past 90. Once everything's lined up, feel good about it, clamp it, bend it, springs back a little bit, so that's about 90. We'll go just a hair further. And that bends a little further than the rest, so does this end. There you have it. Soffit edge, shingle edge, should do good. Let's see. Okay, so we have it up in place. You can see I'm gonna overlap, I don't know, an inch, 3/4 of an inch, whatever. Kind of shove it up, get it tight up against the angle, tight down here. You can tell it looks good. All right, it's nailed up. You can space your nails out pretty decently. Just remember, like right here where we missed, shingles are not shingles, but your gutter's coming through here, so you want to get it to look as nice as you can, but perfection's not necessary. You can see it looks pretty good. Any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.